Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Well, if any baby seals were to make it inland today, I think they'd fare pretty well because we have a lot of moisture really from Klamath County and points to the west and points to the south. It's been a tough day for those of you in Lake County. Not a lot of that moisture is wanting to make it over that way, but still seeing a decent amount of snow up in the Cascades right now. Here's a little bit of good news. The National Weather Service in Medford, they actually have allowed that winter weather advisory to expire, so it's got another 17 minutes on it. Now, something that's not going to expire for a while is this, the high wind warning that we have in place for Klamath and Lake counties for some of the higher exposed terrain as those winds gust out of the southwest up to 65 miles per hour. It runs once again until 11 p.m. tonight, and that also applies to this wind advisory for some of the lower terrain of Klamath and Lake counties as winds could gust out of the southwest up to 45 miles per hour. So within both areas outlined by the high wind warning and the wind advisory, be sure that you are taking the precautions, the necessary precautions, like making sure that any loose outdoor objects are either tied down or that you've brought them inside. Let's time out the rest of this messy Monday on Stormcast, and we'll stop this right around dinner time, and you can see that the coverage of all the rain and the snow has been dramatically reduced, and that trend will continue through midnight. And this model run is starting to get a little bit more aggressive with some of the leftover moisture on the west side right around midnight. So if there is any residual shower activity, any residual snow, I should say, it would mainly be in Jackson, Josephine, and Curry counties. I think the east side mainly stays dry. I think Siskiyou County mainly stays dry. And then into Tuesday morning, just a few sprinkles can be expected there along the coast, but I think most of us won't be contending with any rain throughout the day on Tuesday. It actually looks like we'll see a fair amount of sunshine on Tuesday. A very nice day overall, albeit a little bit cooler. Some of the projected rainfall totals we could have when everything is said and done, and this is pretty favorable for the situation that we find ourselves in when it comes to the drought. We could have up to an inch there along the coast, kind of comparable totals there in the Cascades, but pretty beneficial rainfall all over the place for southern Oregon and northern California. Once again, minus Lake County, which is pretty unfortunate because we have a pretty bad drought going on there. Snow levels throughout the rest of the day, they'll drop down to around 4,500 feet. So we're expecting some pretty big snowfall totals, especially up towards Diamond Lake Junction and up towards Crater Lake, as we could have anywhere between a foot to a foot and a half of snow. Cascade Pass conditions, they're going to be pretty rough today, not only because of the snow, but also because of some of those winds in the higher terrain. I think conditions will greatly improve as we get into Tuesday, then especially into Wednesday with some of that warmer weather. So for today, very messy, but I do think the end is starting to approach along the coast, and so things are starting to go on a downswing a little bit. And then for tonight, everything will continue to be in that wrapping up phase. Most of the residual moisture, once again, will be on the west side, and those winds still blustery, but they'll start to be a little less dramatic. And something that is going to be dramatic overnight is going to be the Pacific Ocean really churning up those waves anywhere between 20 to 24 feet. And so that's why we have a high surf advisory in place until 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Let's take a look at this temperature graph, and I guess the theme of this forecast is drama, because this is a pretty dramatic graphic. Look at this, getting all the way up to 85 degrees, a 30-degree turnaround. And look at this, we're going to have a 30-degree turnaround in the other direction as we get into the weekend. So an unbelievable temperature swing that we're about to have. Here's your 7-day forecast. Along the coast, wet and windy today. Very different conditions for your Tuesday. We'll have a lot of sunshine, temperatures near 60 degrees. For Siskiyou County, I think all eyes probably gravitate to what's going to happen on Thursday. Sunny, near 85 degrees. And then for the east side, we could be pushing 80 degrees. Just unbelievable. And of course, we are keeping a very close eye on those warm, windy, and dry conditions, as of course we're always concerned about fire danger around this time of the year. For the mountains, it looks like we could have another pretty decent chance at snow for Sunday, as those snow levels are going to be much lower, right around 1,000 feet. Now obviously there's still several days for this forecast to be adjusted, but just know that we are really paying close attention to what could go down on Sunday, as those snow levels just looking very low. Maybe we could have some snow within the Rogue Valley, but before then, we have to get through a very summer-like day, 85 and sunshine for your Thursday.
Hey, mid-April, or not mid-April, beginning of April, you would like to think maybe we're out of this pattern, but we'll welcome the chances for rain and snow here in the Rogue Valley.
Yeah, absolutely. But first, we're going to have to get through summer.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not as upset about what I'm seeing this weekend, because 85, that is like my sweet spot. So I'll take that. For the people who want the snow and the rain, they have the weekend.
Yeah, and for people that like a little bit of a weather smorgasbord, a little bit of fall, a little bit of spring, a little bit of winter, a little bit of summer, you have it all right in front of you.
Just delivering for the people this week,
Yeah.
Josh Culver. Thank you.
Of course.